What's up, movie viewers? Dena Views and Reviews here. And I am here with Layla from Layla's Fantastic Corner, and we are asking, what you watching? Well, today I am watching the new trailer for Avatar, The Last Airbender. These movie streets are buzzing about one of my favorite shows and animations. What is that, you ask again? Avatar, The Last Airbender. Yes, indeedy. Netflix has debuted the first teaser for its version of Avatar, The Last Airbender. It is expected to come out sometime in 2024. And I can't wait to see it. How about you, Layla?
Well, as a kid growing up, Avatar has always been one of my favorite shows, so I am just stoked for it to come out. I've been hearing some really great news about it, so it's just, I feel like it's going to be awesome.
I do too. I'm hearing a lot of buzz about an animated movie that perhaps will be debuting in 2025. I guess we will just have to wait to see if that comes to fruition. Either way, I am looking forward to seeing them both. The Avatar Last Airbender live action series is scheduled for 2024, and it will be on Netflix. It will consist of 8 one-hour long episodes. Albert Kim is set to be the showrunner for this series, along with Gordon Cormier as Avatar Aang. Then we have Kia Wintio as Waterbender Katara, Aina Osby as her brother Sokka. Dallas Liu will be playing Prince Zuko, who, as we know, is Firebender royalty. And it will also include Paul Su-young Lee as Uncle or General Iroh. Uncle was such a wise and kind man in this movie or animation. And we also have Daniel Day Kim as Fire Lord Ozai. Now, I have been watching the Avatar since 2007. It was 2010 when the first actual movie was made. And some critics did not like it, but I liked the movie. What about you, Layla?
Well, it's been a while since I've seen it, but from my memory, it was up there, you know?
It was
pretty good. I did like it.
I mean, everyone that I know saw it and agreed it was a good movie. Now, some of the characters didn't exactly look like the ones that we were used to seeing, but I felt it was like more of an introduction to the Airbender. Now, on the other hand, I was not as pleased with Avatar Korra. Did you like Korra?
Korra, compared to Aang, Korra was okay. I prefer the first one, you know. It's hard that movies or series they ever actually beat out, you know, the first one because that bar is already it's so high. So when you try to bring it up some, it's like nearly impossible. So in my opinion, Korra was alright, but Aang it will always be better.
There you go. But we like Aang over here.
Yeah.
So it just did not catch my attention. The same as the first Avatar, but it was not a bad movie. Now, the original animated TV series is set in a war-torn world where certain people are divided into classes or elements. These are for the people who may not be familiar with Avatar, The Last Airbender. There's the Water Tribe, the Earth Tribe, the Fire Tribe, and the Air Tribe. Okay. And they are able to use and manipulate these elements. Using the power to control these elements is called bending. Now, the Avatar is one that is able to bend all of the elements. The Avatar is also the bridge between the mortal and the spiritual world, and the only one that can bring peace to all of the nations. Also, they have to be taught how to master all of these elements. Now, Aang was chosen to be the next Avatar after passing all of the tests that are given to determine who will be the next Avatar. Aang knew that being the Avatar required much discipline and constant training because the Avatar is the one who must maintain the balance of the world and keep it natural. He's like the middleman between the world here and the spiritual world. Now, the main character, who is called Aang, is a member of the Airbenders tribe. He was but a young child when he was chosen to continue the long legacy of avatars. It is a huge, lifelong sacrifice. Do you think you could have done it, Layla?
Could I have done it? Probably.
I think
I
you
would have
could
given it a good crack, you know?
Right. So it requires a lot of training and studying, discipline, and obedience, which meant it would completely change Aang's life as he knew it. He was familiar with airbending because this is what he was born into. That's his tribe. However, he was only 12. He hadn't been taught each of the other elements. Although he knew a little bit about them, he was required to master each one of them as the avatar.
So in the reincarnation cycle, you start from one element and into the other. So we start with air, water, earth, and then fire. So that's how you saw it transfer from the last avatar, which was a firebender, and then to Aang, who is an airbender. So that's kind of how it goes back around.
And he was kind of afraid of what being an avatar would require of him and how it would change his life completely. He really just wanted to be a child at that time. So he vanished, and it just so happens he became frozen in a iceberg. 100 years later, he is discovered by whom?
Katara and Sokka.
Right. But while he was gone for that century, Fire Nation dominated. They murdered, they subjugated much of the other nations of the other tribes of people and forced their own will upon these people. So they even prevented many of them from bending. They outlawed bending. So the Fire Nation was a corrupt power, a power-hungry group, and their leader was Fire Lord Ozai. But Aang was found, and he was unthawed by Katara and her brother Sokka, who are members of this water tribe. Aang woke up only to find what the Fire Nation had done, and they had pretty much destroyed and almost overtaken much of the other bending nations of people. But while frozen, Aang did not even age. So when he unthawed from being frozen in that iceberg, he was protected from even aging. So he only remembered what had happened up to the point of being frozen. And that's so he would be 100 and what, 12?
110. I've heard like lots of debate between whether he would actually be still 10 because he didn't actually age in the iceberg, or whether he would be considered 110 since that's how long he's really been around.
But what he did when he appeared these 100 years later, he remembered things as they were when he was frozen. It was like he just continued on. He didn't realize that life had actually continued an additional 100 years. Now, Aang, or the Avatar, is the last of the living airbenders. And it is still his responsibility to bring peace once again by ending the objective of the warmongering Fire Nation to conquer the world. Katara and Sokka come along to assist and help Aang to master all of the elements that he does not have. He got air down pat. That's no problem. But all the while, they are being pursued by the Fire Lord's exiled Fire Son, whose name is Prince
Zuko.
Zuko can only regain his honor by capturing and bringing the Avatar to the Fire Nation's leader, who is his father. Then he will not be exiled. I am very excited and filled with anticipation of what this series will bring. I'm looking forward to comparing the live action to the previous movie version and to the animation. I can't wait to see if it stays true to the original Avatar, the last Airbender storyline, and if the live actors that were chosen will even look anything at all like the ones that were depicted in the animation. So let's take a brief look at some of the new characters that will be playing in the live action movie. Okay, so this is Gordon Cormier, if I'm pronouncing it right, and he is going to be playing the role of Aang, the Avatar. Does he look like the character to you, Layla?
Out of all the cast members, I feel like he looks the most as his animated counterpart. That's in my opinion.
Yes, he does. I think he is a good fit. We'll just have to check out his acting abilities once we watch the movie. But so far, he does look like the character Aang. And here is Kaya Wintio. She is the one that would be playing Katara. Do you think she looks a lot like Katara, the animated character?
Now, if I'm being honest,
the hair does.
The hair, yeah.
The eyes, perhaps, but yeah, I like the costume. Even the costume appears, to be the contrast is there. You can see the contrast, but it still looks a lot like her. I mean, maybe the skin would be a little darker.
I think so too.
But I think we'll just have to wait and see with the movie. Now, the next person that we're gonna check out is Ina Osley. This is the person that's gonna play Sokka. Tell me what you think. So you think that looks like Sokka?
I do think the person they chose to play Sokka does look an awful lot like him.
That chin area really done it.
It's like it's a chin.
And the hair.
Yeah.
We gotta see if he got that silly personality.
Definitely.
Then the next person is Dallin Liu. This is Prince Zuko right here. Let's make it large so you can see it. That's Prince Zuko. Do you think that looks like Prince Zuko? Kinda not. I know it's like we don't have the full effect yet. I mean, the eye, it needs a little more damage. And maybe it's because it's our view here, we don't see it fully. But
yeah,
I think they did a good job with Aang, Katara.
Definitely
Sokka. I don't know about him, but we will find out soon. Prince, the prince actually lives up to the name. Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Well, I say some of the characters they did kind of nail, like Sokka and Aang. I think they did nail those. They do look kind of good. I say thumbs up for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want you all to let us know what you think. And there you have it from Dena Views and Reviews. And once again, I want to thank my co-host Layla from Layla's Corner, who will be collaborating with me in the future for more exciting movie reviews.
Subscribe and tell us what you thought. We want to hear all about it.
And join me for my next movie review and our recommendation. And I want you to remember, it's my view. Now, what you watching?